The millionaire businessman leaned in toward Keanu Reeves, a mocking smile in his eyes. "You really think you can stay this calm?" he said, his tone dripping with sarcasm. Keanu's eyes briefly locked onto the man's, but he didn't say a word. He simply responded with patient composure. Then, suddenly, the millionaire shouted, "Are you scared?" Keanu's eyes remained calm, but at that moment, everything was about to change. The millionaire grew even more unsettled by Keanu's silence. "Hey, you're still listening, but I see you haven't subscribed. This is upsetting Keanu Reeves. Come on, hit that subscribe button and give a like. There are surprises waiting in this story. Don't miss out." Keanu Reeves is known as one of Hollywood's most famous action stars, but in the real world, he stands out for his inner peace and humility. The world recognizes him from legendary films like The Matrix and John Wick, but Keanu's real life was far different from the action-packed scenes in those movies. He had put aside the luxury and desire for attention that fame brings. Finding peace within himself was far more important than anything else. Rather than seeking to stand out, he wanted to live like a regular person. Today, he was traveling alone in first class. His attire was incredibly simple, yet powerful. A dark t-shirt, comfortable pants, and plain shoes. Keanu sat alone on the plane, not drawing any attention to himself. Despite his fame, he wanted to live like an ordinary person. The people around him recognized Keanu, but they respected him, changing their paths to avoid drawing attention to him. The calm expression on his face often gave those around him a sense of reassurance, and he felt at ease. But this peaceful journey wasn't going to go as it always had, and Keanu's patience was about to face a major test. As he gazed out the window of the plane, he had a sense that this flight wasn't just an ordinary one. Keanu had stepped away from the world, taking the time to collect his thoughts and consider future projects. He was determined to use every moment wisely. In Keanu's world, there was no rushing, fighting, or arguing. He knew that timing was everything, and that everything had its place. His inner peace and serenity were empowering him more with each passing second. Keanu wasn't someone running from the chaos of life. He was someone trying to understand it. However, today's journey would present him with a new challenge. The flight was about to take a turn into chaos in a way he hadn't anticipated. The millionaire had started to see Keanu's patience and calmness as a weakness. Keanu's lack of response had awakened something in him, his ego. This was an opportunity for the millionaire. Keanu's ability to stay so calm seemed like a challenge. Fueled by his arrogance, the millionaire decided to escalate things even further, testing Keanu's patience. "Are you really going to stay silent?" he shouted, raising his voice. Keanu calmly raised his head, still composed, but he didn't respond. The millionaire's mocking gaze searched Keanu's eyes for a spark, but Keanu maintained his silence. The millionaire decided to push further, determined to find out if there was any weakness behind Keanu's calmness. "You can't be this relaxed," he shouted, moving closer, trying to disrupt Keanu's peace. Keanu's face remained patient and serene, while the millionaire's anger grew. "Are you scared, or do you just feel nothing at all?" he taunted. With each passing second, Keanu's silence fueled the growing anger inside the millionaire. Keanu's eyes coldly watched every word the millionaire spoke. To Keanu, this was merely a test. Not reacting was his way of showing strength and inner peace. Keanu met the millionaire's anger, contempt, and taunts with an inner power. "I don't want you to test me," Keanu said. but his voice was calm and firm. Keanu's lack of response was slowly pushing the millionaire's patience to its breaking point. The millionaire realized he could do nothing but try to force Keanu's patience to crack. Keanu's calmness created a void inside the millionaire. This void only highlighted Keanu's inner strength and peace. As Keanu continued to stay calm without losing his temper, the millionaire's arrogant demeanor began to lose its power. The millionaire's nerves were fraying, but Keanu, using only his inner strength and composure, was able to guide the situation. Keanu's patience was breaking down the millionaire's ego, creating a massive internal conflict in the millionaire's mind. As Keanu's calmness grew stronger with every passing minute, the millionaire's anger intensified. This was a showcase of how Keanu's serenity could set an example for millions of people. The conflict in the millionaire's eyes made him realize the true power of Keanu's inner strength and peace. As Keanu silently responded to each of the millionaire's mocking gestures, he felt an internal shift. It was no longer just about surviving the chaos around him. It was time to make a decision to preserve the peace within. Each word from the millionaire was a barrier testing Keanu's patience, but Keanu understood that this was a test. Patience was his most powerful weapon. Remembering that everything has its time, Keanu narrowed his eyes and focused on the millionaire's gaze. In that moment, everything in his mind became crystal clear. He realized there was no point in testing his patience and serenity any longer. Keanu knew it was time to take action. His inner strength was powerful enough to show him the right moment. The millionaire's impatience was starting to push Keanu's deep inner peace even further. Keanu made the decision to take a step, not a physical one, but a spiritual one. This moment, where his patience was being tested, was going to be a turning point that would make him stronger. It was time to stand against the millionaire's arrogant behavior. This moment of testing Keanu's patience marked the beginning of an inner transformation. Remaining patient with each challenging word from the millionaire was making Keanu even stronger. But this wasn't something that could be done with patience alone. Once Keanu found his inner strength, nothing could stop him. This was part of Keanu's growth. Keanu's patience wasn't just a weakness. It was his greatest weapon for controlling the anger inside the millionaire. His inner power was preventing the millionaire from pushing further, creating a sense of calm in Keanu's heart. Now, he had to stand firm against all this mockery. His inner peace was strong enough to test him at this point. The millionaire's nerves were completely frayed. With each passing second, he could feel Keanu's patience pushing him even harder. Unable to internalize Keanu's lack of response any longer, the millionaire decided to test him with harsher words. But Keanu only narrowed his eyes in response. He knew everything had its time. And now, he felt the moment had arrived. Keanu took a deep breath, trying not to internalize the millionaire's mocking words and condescending glances any further. Maintaining his inner peace was offering him an opportunity to find a solution. But it was also a moment where his patience was being tested and pushed to its limits. Keanu had to decide whether to remain patient or break that patience and respond. These questions echoed in his mind constantly. The millionaire's aggressive behavior was forcing Keanu into a corner. He could no longer just stay calm. He had to use his inner strength to bring this situation to an end. Keanu realized that his patience held a much deeper meaning. Staying so patient didn't only bring him peace, it was also granting him great power. He thought about how precious his inner peace was, and how his ability to withstand the millionaire's anger was only possible because of this inner strength. Even though the millionaire's mocking looks and increasing pressure were testing Keanu's patience, he continued to remain calm internally. Each sarcastic remark pushed Keanu's patience further, and with each test, he discovered just how strong his patience truly was. His inner peace, combined with his patience, was guiding him toward a solution. To avoid escalating the millionaire's anger any further, Keanu continued to offer the same silent response. He was slowly beginning to feel his inner strength. The millionaire decided to take one more step against Keanu's patience. Each mocking word was pushing Keanu's peace, trying to force a reaction. But Keanu, not just remaining calm but also approaching the situation with a search for resolution, made a decision. He realized that being this patient wasn't merely a reaction, it was also an expression of inner power. Keanu's true strength was hidden in his patience. Keanu's inner peace was going through a test. But his patience didn't just allow him to stay calm, it also gave him the strength to make the right move. With every taunt from the millionaire, Keanu was able to face this moment with patience and inner balance. Keanu focused even more on the millionaire's mocking looks, feeling a deep breath as each minute passed, sensing a shift inside himself. The millionaire's constant taunts were testing Keanu's patience, but Keanu realized that staying patient wasn't just about reacting. It carried a deeper meaning. His inner strength was not only showing him how to endure the situation, but also guiding him toward finding his own peace and power. As the mocking expression in the millionaire's eyes grew more intense, Keanu's patience and serenity only strengthened further. Keanu realized that staying patient wasn't just a way to respond. It was an opportunity to find his own inner strength. For Keanu, discovering his true power through patience was the most important step. The millionaire's increasingly impatient behavior made Keanu's trust in his patience even stronger. With each passing second, Keanu felt more like he was on an internal journey, discovering the power to balance impatience with his own calm. With every sarcastic remark, Keanu's patience grew stronger, and his inner peace became even more prominent. Keanu continually chose to stay patient, never reacting to the millionaire's mockery. The millionaire's efforts to push him only brought Keanu closer to understanding the true strength of being patient. This wasn't just about being patient. It was about discovering how to use that patience and the inner power behind it. Keanu realized that staying patient didn't just protect him, it made him stronger in the face of difficulty. The millionaire became increasingly aggressive, trying to push Keanu's patience even further. Every word became an opportunity to test Keanu's patience. But Keanu knew with certainty that this test could only be passed with patience, and that his patience would only grant him more power. Staying calm was Keanu's greatest weapon. Keanu responded with patience to every insult and mockery, feeling the millionaire's anger but using his inner strength to remain composed. With each taunt, Keanu's inner peace grew, and he became even stronger as he sensed the millionaire's attempts to break his patience. In Keanu's eyes, there was now not just patience, but a sense of security and power. The millionaire had nothing left to do against a man who could remain so calm and patient. Keanu's patience was not just an external response, it was an internal transformation. Through his inner strength, he realized that there was meaning in staying patient against the millionaire's mockery. Each sarcastic word reinforced Keanu's patience and inner power. Now, Keanu's patience was not just a reaction, it was an opportunity for his internal transformation. Keanu began to feel his inner strength intensify with every word the millionaire spoke. pushing him closer to the edge of responding. The millionaire's words were testing Keanu's patience, urging him to answer. However, Keanu was unwilling to accept being pushed so far in his patience. An inner voice told him that while staying patient was important, it was now time to take another path to resolve the situation. Keanu took a deep breath, focusing on the millionaire's gaze. Without losing his inner peace, he realized the time had come to respond with strength. This time, staying patient wouldn't just be a reaction. It would be a means to make the right move. Keanu knew that remaining silent in the face of the millionaire's mockery was no longer enough. He had to use his inner strength and peace to find a solution and take action to resolve the tension. As he made this decision, Keanu felt the deep power that his patience provided. Every sarcastic word and pressure from the millionaire had only strengthened Keanu's inner power, giving him not only the ability to stay strong, but also the opportunity to find the right solution. Keanu realized that his patience wasn't just about waiting. It was about using it to make the right move. With newfound courage, he stood firm before the millionaire. The millionaire began to notice the change in Keanu's eyes, sensing his inner transformation. Keanu no longer viewed his patience as a weakness. He had turned it into a solution. By combining patience with his inner strength, he decided to dismantle the millionaire's impatience and mockery. The millionaire felt Keanu growing more peaceful and powerful by the minute. For Keanu, staying patient meant knowing the right time had arrived. It was about waiting for the right moment, but also about seizing it when the time came. As Keanu felt his inner strength, he found more peace with every taunt. Despite the millionaire's mounting pressure, Keanu's patience was no longer just a reaction. It had become a powerful solution. Keanu realized that by merging his patience with his inner strength, he could stand firm against the millionaire's attacks without raising his voice. Keanu's patience didn't just bring him more peace, it gave him the strength to use it as a solution. He had found his inner power and peace, and now he was ready to use this strength to put an end to the millionaire's arrogant behavior. Keanu now felt his patience and inner strength more solidly than ever before. The silent resistance he had shown to the millionaire's mockery was becoming more evident with each passing moment, and the power it gave him was growing stronger. Keanu's gaze, calm and full of confidence, focused steadily on the millionaire's eyes. His inner peace had made him stronger than he had ever been before. The millionaire's gaze wavered when it met Keanu's patient stare, and with nothing more than his calm presence, Keanu had already defeated the millionaire's ego. With each passing second, the impact of Keanu's patience on the millionaire grew more powerful. The millionaire began to realize the strength behind Keanu's composed response. The millionaire's internal anger was now feeling threatened by Keanu's calmness, but Keanu didn't just stay patient. He used his inner strength to stand even more firmly against the millionaire's arrogant behavior, delivering a powerful lesson in the process. Keanu's response wasn't just a reaction. It was a turning point where he used both his patience and strength to offer a real solution. It was a journey that changed the millionaire's perspective, pulling him out of his arrogant state. Keanu's inner power now not only allowed him to stay patient, but it also gave him a great opportunity to sense the right moment and use it wisely. Keanu's return was a clear reflection of the depth of his character and inner strength. His patient yet powerful stance in the face of the millionaire's mockery was dismantling the millionaire's anger, ego, and arrogance. Keanu's patience and inner power reminded him always that the right moment would come. This patience was making him stronger, and was ultimately breaking down the millionaire's prideful approach. As Keanu saw the millionaire's anger slowly dissipate under the weight of his gaze, his confidence grew even more. The millionaire's eyes showed clear signs of astonishment. Keanu had not only calmed the millionaire with his patience, but he had also completely erased the millionaire's arrogance with his inner strength. Keanu's calmness, far from being just an external effect, was a result of his inner power and maturity, and it was strong enough to inspire millions. When Keanu found his inner peace and strength, he realized he could now go beyond just staying patient. This peace wasn't just a reaction. It was an opportunity for change. Being patient had become a great chance to teach people and the world something valuable. By using his inner peace and strength, Keanu could change everything, not just by staying patient, but by transforming the situation entirely. Keanu focused solely on the millionaire's gaze to witness the true impact of his patience and inner strength. The astonishment in the millionaire's eyes was a clear sign of a victory brought about by Keanu's calmness. Keanu realized that staying patient and waiting for the right moment not only gave him power, but also presented an opportunity for change. The millionaire's arrogance began to melt away in the face of Keanu's silent yet powerful stance. With each passing second, Keanu's patience was creating a transformation within the millionaire. Instead of seeing Keanu's calm demeanor as a threat, the millionaire began to perceive it as a solution. Keanu's growing peace and tranquility were creating a void within the millionaire, almost drawing him in. This process was not only a victory for Keanu, but also a step toward the millionaire's liberation from his pride and a chance to become a better person. Keanu knew that staying patient and calm was always the right choice. Patience had brought him not just external strength, but also an inner transformation. By standing firm against the millionaire's arrogance, Keanu had discovered his inner power, and by using that power, he had dismantled the millionaire's pride. Keanu's patience had not only given him the strength to remain composed, but had also made his patience a model for society. The millionaire, unsure of how to respond to Keanu's patience, had gone from seeing it as a weakness to understanding its true importance as a skill. By simply remaining patient, Keanu had destroyed the millionaire's anger, ego, and arrogance. This change marked a turning point in the millionaire's life. He had started to undergo not just an external transformation, but an internal one as well. Keanu's calmness had delivered a lesson strong enough to shift his entire perspective on the world. This experience showed Keanu not only the power of patience, but also the immense value of inner peace. Staying calm and patient hadn't just made Keanu stronger. It had also provided the millionaire with a life-changing lesson. The millionaire had completely shifted his view of Keanu. Keanu had emerged not as a hero, but as a real person who overcame every challenge with patience and confidence. This experience inspired millions of people. Keanu had shown that remaining patient wasn't just a reaction. It was a way to find inner strength and create change in the world. This patience didn't just empower people to become stronger. It opened the door to finding inner peace and making the world a better place.